This segment of Panther Sports Talk is brought to you by CFU, the power of service.
The UNI men's basketball team back into the NCAA tournament after winning 3 games in 3 days. Coach, you've got 3 guys on the MVC all-tournament team, but as usual, it was a team effort all 3 days, just able to get it done together.
Yeah, and one of the, I've talked about the leadership with the older guys a lot in the turnaround and what happened, mid-January and coming out of that. But the other thing that had to take place was those young guys, just starting to really play. And Bennett had a good conference season, played well this weekend. Wyatt and Clint have really come on. The way they were playing around Christmas, just after Christmas, in comparison to the way they played this last month, completely night and day. And that has made all the difference in the world for you. When you've got 7 guys that are really playing well for you, it changes things. And so it was fun to see Clint play so well in the championship game there in that first half. It was fun to see Wyatt play the way he did against Southern in the first half. Bennett had a good game against Southern. So those guys, that's valuable experience. But way more important than that, it's just fun to see those young guys play well.
We've got a story coming up on Wes Washburn, Jeremy Morgan, and Clint Carlson named to the MVC All-Tournament team. Bennett Cook, Wyatt Lohaus combined, I think, 20 points in the tournament opener against Southern Illinois.
Yeah, and Wyatt had that 3 or 4 minute stretch before he landed and banged up his knee a little bit where, man, he was terrific. That was a pretty good stretch he put on. And then, for Bennett, that was, ended up being the best game he played of the weekend. But he was able to have some really good games for us, like I said, the last 4 or 5 weeks. And that makes such a big difference for our team because, everybody understands what Wes, his ability to, with the ball screen and get in the paint and do the stuff that he does for our team, with Bo and with Paul, what Jeremy has done. So we've got guys that can make shots. Well, Bennett has provided us with a guy who can score inside, and he's done it for a long stretch now. And now, when you add that as another option to our team, and we're a hard team to guard.
And the shooters got a lot of attention down at the conference tournament. Matt Bohannon, seemed like he always had a guy following him around. Had 9 big points against Wichita State.
Yeah, I mean, for Bo and for Paul, when you get really any time in conference play, but for sure, when you get to this point, when it's the 3rd time, and with what's on the line, Southern Illinois, Wichita State, Evansville, they're not going to let those 2 guys stand there and get open, and they're not going to let them run around and get open. I mean, so it's going to be on Wes, and it's going to be on our younger guys, and they showed that they were up to getting the job done. Because and now you never know. It depends what you get for matchups. How that's going to play out. And having a point guard like Wes that's got the ability to do all that stuff, and having guys that can really shoot the basketball, and now having an inside presence, I mean, it's hard to take away all 3 of those. So depending on who we get in terms of a matchup, we got places we can go.
Let's take a look at the matchups from the last 3 games in St. Louis. Here's your all-tournament members.